Hello students, welcome to online classes. Today I am going to continue with chapter 2. Today we are going to discuss about seed and its structure and germination of seeds. Now let us study the structure of seed. A seed is the reproductive unit of a plant which can be used to grow into a new plant. The seed contains a baby plant or embryo and food for the baby plant. Let us know about the parts of a seed. Now, I have taken a bean seed. A seed has an outer covering called the seed coat. This is the outer covering of a seed. This is called the seed coat. It protects the seed from physical uh, being crushed or being drying out. Now the seed coat has a tiny opening called the micropyle. Here we can see here in this like this there is a seed, so there is a hole called micropyle. This is the covering of this is the seed coat. Let us come back again, and there is a just near the micropyle there is a mark called the hilum. Now these two are called the cotyledons. What are cotyledons? If we remove the seed coat, we can again suppose from here only, suppose this is the seed coat. If we open the seed coat, what will happen? It reveals the fleshy part. This is the fleshy part of the seed. These fleshy parts or seed leaves are called the cotyledons. These cotyledons, what they do, they store food for the growing embryo inside the seed. Now let us come again here. Suppose this is the gram seed I have taken. It is dry. I have put this gram seed in water for one night. So we can see here, if this is the outer coat, that is called the seed coat. If I have removed, then we can see these two cotyledons are here. Okay, now let us come back again. Okay, now some seeds have only one seed leaf, so they are called monocotyledons, and some have two, so they are called dicotyledons. Now let us talk about embryo. Embryo is the baby plant that is inside this seed. The baby embryo uses this cotyledon to grow its root and leaves. This is called the radicle, and this epicotyl is there. It grows into the shoot. Now the embryo enclosed in the seed has two main parts, that is plumule and the radicle. This radicle grows into root, and the plumule, this is epicotyl, it grows into shoot. Now next topic is germination of seeds. What do you mean by germination? Germination means the beginning of the growth of seed. The seeds obtained from a plant are usually very dry. Can you see this? Let us come back again here. This is dry seed. In this dry state, the seeds can remain alive but inactive for long periods. Like this gram seed, you can see at home also. It can we can keep it or we can store it for months or even for years. They are said to be in dormant state. Dormant state means inactive state. But when a seed gets water, air and warmth, it begins to grow. When a seed begins to grow, it is said to germinate. Thus, the beginning of the growth of seed is called germination of seeds. Can you see this white color? This is called the radicle. If again I put it, again if it will get the suitable condition, all the three conditions that are required for germination, it will grow into a new plant. Now let us come back here again. Now germination begins when the seed absorbs water, swells and bursts through the seed coat. The water helps the enzymes to function in the seed. The enzymes digest the stored food in the cotyledons and make it soluble, and this soluble food makes the radicle and the plumule present in the seed to grow. The radicle of the seed, as shown in the previous diagram, grows to form root, and the root pushes down into the soil and begins to absorb water and minerals from the soil. After this, what happens? The plumule grows upward to form the shoot, and the shoot and the root grow further. When the shoot comes up above the ground, it develops green leaves, and then finally the green leaves prepare the food for the whole plant, and the seedling grows gradually and ultimately becomes a new plant. Now let us know about the types of germination. Basically there are two types of germination: apigeal germination and hypogeal germination. What is the difference between the two? In apigeal germination, what happens? The seed leaves, or I have shown you in the diagram, the cotyledons are brought onto the surface or above the soil. In case of hypogeal germination, what happens? The cotyledons remain under the soil. I'm going to explain both the types of germination through a diagrams. Now, let us study about the apigeal germination in case of bean seed. Okay. Now, this is a bean seed. Under favorable conditions, what happens? Bean seed absorbs water from the surrounding and swells up. Then what happens? This is the seed coat ruptures and the embryo emerges out. The radicle, this is called the hypocotyl. The radicle grows downward into the soil from the area of the micropyle and forms root. This hypocotyl starts, this is the hypocotyl, it starts growing, and then what happens? It pushes the cotyledons above the soil. And then what happens? In this case, can you see the hypocotyl? The hypocotyl grows and becomes straight along with the cotyledons above the soil. So what happens? The cotyledons form the first green leaves which make the food for the growing seedling, and this type of germination in bean seeds is called apigeal germination. So what happens in case of apigeal germination? Where can you see the cotyledons grow above the soil? Actually apigeal germination take place in dicotyledonous seeds. Examples are bean, cotton, papaya, etc. Now, hypogeal germination. There is an example we can see in maize seed. Now, let us see what happens. Now, before I start, let me explain what is coleoptile. Suppose this is a plumule. So, this is coleoptile, this part. Okay. And this is the covering. This is the covering of plumule is coleoptile, and the covering of radicle is called coleorhiza. Now let us know in details. Okay. Now suppose this is the maize grain. What it will do when it will get water, it will absorb the water and again swells up. The radicle what happened? It breaks the covering. The radicle breaks the covering, that is the protective sheath or covering called coleorhiza, and grows downward. Can you see? It grows downward to form the root. Okay. And similarly the plumule, it also breaks the protective covering sheath called the coleoptile. This is coleoptile, and grows straight to form the shoot system. Can you see this leaf? So in this case what happens? The cotyledons remain underground, showing hypogeal germination. Generally, what happens? Hypogeal germination occurs in monocotyledonous seeds, and examples are pea, mango, maize, rice, gram, etc. So in hypogeal condition, what happens? The main thing is that the germination in which the cotyledon grows below the soil is called hypogeal germination. Now, let us know the conditions necessary for germination. There are three conditions required for germination of a plant, germination of a seed. Now, the first is moisture or water. The food is stored in the seeds in dry condition, but the developing embryo cannot utilize this dry food. So food can be utilized in liquid form only, and seeds can utilize only the dissolved oxygen. That is why water is necessary for seed germination. But sometimes if we give excess water also, then seed will not germinate. Why? Because once all the dissolved oxygen is utilized by the seed, further germination is not possible, as the life supporting oxygen will lack. Now, next is air. Why air is important for germination? Because during germination, rapid cell division takes place. Energy is required for cell division. This energy is obtained from oxidation. The oxygen required for oxidation is supplied by the air. So, air is necessary for seed germination. Now, suitable temperature. Obviously, temperature is required. Suitable temperature is required for seed germination, because low temperature, what will happen if the temperature is low? Low temperature will slow down the embryonic activity, and high temperature destroys the delicate embryo tissue. So, a suitable temperature is required. So, seed germinates between 0 to 50 degrees centigrade temperature, and the optimum temperature usually lies between 25 degrees centigrade to 30 degrees centigrade. So students, I'm ending this session here only. There are some questions for you. Kindly do it in your copy. Thank you.